If I ever come back, it's not impossible, but right now I don't see nothing. The UFC refused a fight with me, Khabib and I, and I'm not ready to. You know, there's nothing that really excites me.
Georges St Pierre!
Hey, GSP, it's Dana White.
No,
Listen,
no.
I got a fight for you.
If Dana White would walk in right now in the gym in between round, I would sign the contract in a
Really?
blink of an eye.
Taking a fight, it takes a lot out of me because I'm very proud. It's very important for me. So when I perform, I have to do it the best I can, and the result matter very much for me. So it takes a lot of stress on me. I didn't want to take another training camp of 2-3 months, maybe 6 months with the whole building up with the promotion and everything out of my life to fight another guy that I don't have nothing to gain. Like, I mean, in terms of legacy. If I fight someone and I take 6 months of my life to focus on it, the sparring, the stress, everything, and I have, you know, to focus myself on it, I would need that to be worth it for me. Not only money-wise, but legacy-wise and satisfaction-wise. That's why I want. Yes, that's why I wanted to fight Khabib, because I could have lost big, but at least I could have win big. If I fight another contender that doesn't have the same platform, the same legacy, it feels to me that I have a lot more to lose than to win. Doesn't mean that, you know, these guys are incredible. Every challenge is dangerous, you know, but I feel like I have a lot more to lose.
To me, Khabib is one of the scariest too.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's beating you down. He's not only beating you down, he's breaking you mentally. And for me,
Mauls
that
people.
is worse than anything. For me, it's
Yeah.
the scariest one, pound for pound. Psychologically, for a fighter, it's hard to come back from a knockout. But it's probably harder to come back from a fight where you've been dominated and broken for 5 rounds, like where you clearly know that you did not belong there with the, you know, like for example, like Khabib's, that's his style. That's why I'm saying he's the scariest guy.
Right.
He can knock you out, submit you, but if he wins the
smashes
fight,
you.
it's very less likely that it's gonna be on a punch that clips you. It can happen, but it's gonna be on a very dominant performance. Like, I wanted to come back for Khabib because it was, so, you know, for a fighter, the scariest thing sometimes is the most exciting thing to do, and it's a problem that never been solved before. But to come back for another guy and fight for another title, if I win, it's gonna be another one after, and another one, and another one, and I'm gonna turn 40 years old, and I hate to admit it, Joe, and I refuse to accept it, but man, sometimes I think my best years might be behind me.
The fighter is always the last person to think it's time to retire, you know. Maybe I would have go back and get my ass kicked by Khabib, you know. I don't think so. I'm confident. I believe I'm still the best in the world, you know, if I prepare. But the reality is that I'm getting older. I'm getting smarter. You know, I'm at the time that I don't feel that physically I slow down, but like I said, the fighter is the last person to know.
It's different for everybody. Some people reach their prime at 25, some people at 22, some people at 35, you know. The idea in this game, you want to save yourself for another day. I mean, it's sad to say for the fan, but this is the truth. If you win, and that's what you're doing is good, you win, you're winning the fight, you know. You're gonna get paid the same amount of money. Of course, if you have like an highlight reel, something like that, it could increase your pay. But in terms of your career, I believe you should see your career as a marathon, not as a sprint. So you kind of save yourself. And a lot of time I fought guys, I could see in their face that, oh, he doesn't want to be there anymore. Like, I know I'm winning the fight before even the fight is over. They get desperate. Of course, they're gonna throw a haymaker or something, but I know they're not gonna take any risk because they're hurt. They lost already. They know that I'm better than them, and that's when I know I get the fight. And I know that I'm just need to be on cruise control. I can win if they don't. Like, it's hard to finish someone who doesn't fight to win anymore.
Like everything in life, everything has a beginning and has an end. The life of a professional athlete, even an elite athlete, has a window. if we fight past that window, that's when the problems start to arrive and appear.
Fighting takes a lot out of you and takes a lot out of the people who loves you.
Yeah.
Because you play basketball, you play baseball, you don't play fighting. And the outcome of a failure, could be very, very bad. You know what I mean? It's not like you lose a game of basketball or something like that.
Right.
You lose a fight, it can have huge repercussion on your health, your well-being, but also your income and your family and everything. It's a very, it's a very hard path. And one of the happiest place for me to go and the saddest place to go, it's the gym. When I go train to the gym, it's the happiest place for me to go because I can practice the sport that I love, because I love training. I love the science of fighting. And it's very sad too, because after training, there's always some guys that come to me because they seek some advice. And I always give them advice regarding fighting, but a lot of them, my advice for them would be, hey bro, you should hang up your gloves and find a real job,
Right, some of them,
because
right?
I've seen this movie and it's not a good ending, my friend. like go find. But if I tell them the truth,
they'll get mad at you.
they get mad at me because I'll be like, oh yeah, he's you know what I mean? Like,
Right, you're jealous.
yeah, he's jealous,
Yeah.
he's arrogant and stuff, but that's the thing. I tell my real friends that when it's time to hang up the gloves, I tell them the truth. I said, listen, and I said to them, like I said, listen, man, what's good for you now? It's a little bit like in the movie Pulp Fiction. If you would have made it, you would have made it before. When he made that speech, it's a little bit the same thing. But it's I love that monologue. It's amazing. But it's the truth. A lot of people should relate to this, but it's unfortunate. The possibility, the odds of failure are
They're so
high.
They're so high.
That's the thing. I believe you need to have a certain predisposition.
Yeah.
I met in my life incredible mentors that had a huge influence on me. They taught me like great life lessons, techniques, and it's incredible. Like if I would not have had those guys who influenced me, I would never have been where I am right now. And plus, on top of that, I worked really hard and I was lucky. Like the star were all aligned, but you need all that.
It's a business. It's a chess game. The whole thing, it's a chess game. You need to be able to be smart in this game, to manage your move, manage your career, and do the right move. It's if you don't do that, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna be wasting your talent, your everything.